complied with. Public input, but I'm going to make just one statement. I'd like to thank everybody for your patience this evening. We've discussed and transacted a lot of city business tonight. I thank you for your patience and for your willingness to sit and wait for us. So with that, I'll ask for any other public input.
I have public input. The agenda item number 4 is supposed to say July and not June.
Okay.
Don't chop my head off.
We'll correct that.
I want to address, I don't know your name, ma'am, with the glasses.
Debbie Rudy.
Debbie. Okay, with the attorney's fees, just so that you understand, the USDA project, I believe a portion, if not all of that, will be reimbursed. So the attorney's fees are tilted this year. Tim had a lot of time in on that, and I've had a couple of hours. I don't know what the difference is, but that does account for some of the skewing this year versus other years. And I
So
didn't say that last
some
time.
pluses to that line.
Yes.
That,
Thanks for the clarification.
public input. Any public input? Everybody is signed in.
Everyone's signed in.
Wendy.
Thank you.
And we could have some discussion and possible action on minutes from July 7th and July 9th, 2018.
Yeah, it's July 5th.
Okay, July 5th and July 9th.
Yes.
Okay. Discussion and possible action.
I'll make a motion that we approve the minutes from July 5th and July 9th.
I'll second that.
Motion made by Irene, seconded by Nanette. Any further discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Those opposed? Motion carries. CDA report by Nanette.
Okay, I really don't have nothing to really report on. The campground is doing great. Thank Jim Public Works and Ron for keeping everything in shape there. Shane and his crew, and Ron making sure all the water's running. And we probably, it's not been the fullest lately, but we're hoping for the fair weekend. That'll be a great weekend for us. It's almost booked for fair weekend, so that's gonna be fantastic. But again, I thank Shane and his crew and Ron that everything is functioning well.
Can I jump on your coattails for just a minute? The last CDA meeting we had, which I think might have been last Wednesday, we had an engineering firm come in here that spoke with the city about possibly doing some expansion or relining of our TID and TIP districts. What that is it's our commercial district, so where Northport Marine is, where Seneca and Carfair are. And Nanette and I had made a phone call to both Carfair and Seneca to speak with them about if they had any thoughts to make any expansion. Unfortunately, Nanette wasn't able to join us, but myself and Josh McCarthy and Irene Drake went to Seneca yesterday and spoke with the plant manager. And although there are no immediate plans for any expansion, I think we planted some good seeds. And we've let them know that the city's open for business and we want to do what we can to encourage growth and expansion there, and there'll be more to follow, but that was just 2 cents on the CDA.
Thank you.
It was a great meeting.
Thank you.
And one more sentence on that is he a congressman, Mike Gallagher?
Yes.
Gallagher. Reed was the old one. This is
Okay.
Mike Gallagher.
Okay.
So Mike Gallagher is coming to tour the Seneca plant on August 13th, and we have been cordially invited to come and participate in that, the whole city council, so you will be getting more information on that. Worthy clerk, we have to establish forum things, postings. So that's exciting. They invited us down. We get this big shot coming into town, so it's a good opportunity to showcase the city council as well as the plant.
It's
So
1:45 to about 3-ish.
yeah, 1:45 to 3.
And what day? On the 13th.
Monday the
of August.
13th.
And thank you, James, Josh, and Irene. Thank you very much.
Absolutely.
Because it does sound very encouraging.
It does.
So we will be working with it, and our next CDA meeting, when they hope to be back with the information that we're looking for, is the 15th at 6 o'clock.
Yes.
15th of August at 6 o'clock.
So we're all on pins and needles.
Yes, it was very exciting. It was very exciting to hear what we could possibly be eligible
Right.
for, and how we could help our
Right.
businesses.
Right.
It was very positive.
We'll let you keep the floor for the library report.
Okay, the summer reading program, it will be done Tomorrow is the big auction. Everybody's excited about it. We had about 70 children that were enrolled. 50 have points to spend or redeem, whatever you may call, tomorrow. So there's lots of excited kids. There was great donations. We've always had such a great community response in regards to the summer reading program. So the kids will have a very exciting day tomorrow at the library. And now the farmers market, as everybody knows, it's on Thursday, always from 4 to 6. Now the 9th, Scott Winkler, he's a local guy. He's offering, he's gonna have book signing and everything. So please, if anybody is free, it'll be in conjunction with the farmers market.
Is he there besides 4 to 6 as well, or just 4 to 6?
I'm not sure. That I'm not sure about. She just shared that it was, he was coming that particular day,
Okay.
you know.
Well, we wanna get, our Boston
That-
Globe
that's-
equivalent here to get
that's
as much coverage as
August-
possible for this event.
August 9th, and he is local, hometown. And so we'd like as much, his name is Scott Winkler. So if anybody has time that day, please share it. And on the 16th, Dave Dirks is going to be providing music there at the farmer's market.
That's
So-
opening day for your team.
Yeah, and he wants to be known as Davey. So, go down and enjoy the music and hopefully find some good vendors that you're interested in purchasing things. So,
Great.
other than that, it's going very well at the library. Any questions? Thank you.
Thank you. Jake Stout is not here. Does anybody have any words from him that he wanted to share on tourism and marketing? I don't know the last time we met. I don't recall. It's been a little bit. Okay, financial report by our clerk.
Provided is a checkbook register for July. Are there any questions? Ron, any questions?
I didn't get to see it, so I can't question it. I don't have my glasses. No, don't.
That's some sexy purple ones here, come on.
Debbie might like more of hers.
Tell him it looks good with his hand.
We're gonna move along, our police department report. No, I don't think we need a motion.
Motion to accept.
We have a motion to accept the financial report,
I'll make a motion to accept the treasury report.
I'll second that.
made by Josh, seconded by Irene. Any further discussion? All those in favor?
No, there's no new financial. It's,
Bruce, I know, but,
you can, but there's no new financial director.
well, that's cool. That was something.
Spending money,
Yeah.
not spent money.
Okay. Right. Then you can go.
All right, I'm spent. All those in favor?
Aye.
Those opposed? Motion carries. Does our police chief have a new child?
Not yet.
Oh my gosh, we're gonna go to the pool here. I'll just give you, oh, it's tomorrow, okay. We'll give you a quick recap. He sent us something, but just for the edification of those in the audience. Incident report, cats and trees and things of that nature. The big event that we had recently was the concert, which I think the turnout was probably less than what they would have hoped for and less than what we'd have hoped for due to weather. The police department did an excellent job. There was one incident, not even I don't even know if it was a concert goer, but that was handled. It was very, very good crowd. It appears that they have visited the summer school and talked about pedestrian and bicycle safety. Our chief and Kevin Schneider, one of our other officers, are to attend required instructor updates. So these two gentlemen are instructors for the new officers that come on. Is that what?
Yep.
Okay. So they help to get them up to speed with different things. The police chief and Officer Hull, who is a part-time officer, attended a Stop the Bleed training, and they are both now certified to instruct the course. And our Officer Hull volunteered to teach the course to our other police department staff over the next few months. So, and he sends his apologies for not being here. He's welcoming the new child soon, so we wish him well. And that's the police report. Fire department, Chief Hicks.
Yes, sir. Fire calls, July 6th, we had the house fire at 310 Pulsford Avenue. On the 18th, we were called to Newview. It was for some alarms going off. It was just a false alarm, but we waited roughly an hour to get in the building because we had no keys and no way of getting access. I now have a key for that building, so that won't happen again because it's about once a year, and that had to stop, so. Anyhow, we do have a key for that. Good. And, I wouldn't let the guy leave till he gave me his key, so. On the 28th, we had a lift assist at Woodland Nursing Home, and that would take care of our calls for the month of July. Training, we are doing water movement next Tuesday at Underhill Station with them. We're gonna be working on drafting, water shuttle, and dry hydrants, so forth, so. We have to help them just like they help us, so we need to know how to draft and do different things that we normally don't do because we're a hydrant department. So again, most all of our training now coexists with Underhill. And that's important because we need to have that because of lack of firefighters on both departments. You know, we always know that help is readily available. So we're going more and more to that sort of thing. So that happens all the time. Our corn roast is August 10th. Hope to see you all there. Good music, good food, a lot of good firefighters there, and our wives. Just as far as public awareness, just some of the things we've done in the last month. We did 10 bar at the beer stand on July 3rd. We ran a shift there. We helped with the lighting of the fireworks, and actually we're out with the lighting part of it. And we helped with the concert in the park also. We worked along with the city police as far as crowd control and if they need any assistance. And that worked out real good for both people. We have installed new lighting on the firehouse. Our exterior lighting now has been improved to the 80-watt LED lights. It's much, much more efficient, and our lighting is far greater as far, especially in our parking area when we have fires at night, the guys are coming in. So that's been a big improvement, and we'll probably still be adding another 3 lights on next year's budget. So we get security-wise, we've got things where we want it over there. But that was a nice improvement. We keep working on these little things, but those little things are important. And we've done a lot already this year, so that was just one more step in the process. The overhang on our entrance coming off the parking lot side where the truck hit it this winter, that's about 80% done or 90% they're working on. It looks great, so they're doing a nice job. So we appreciate that's back up. Our ladder truck, I did take it in a week and a half ago. Our right side ram, lift ram, the seal went on that just as the left side did earlier. So we took that in and got that replaced. They looked at some other things, and quite honestly, when we had that ram replaced, which I feel was maybe, what, 5, 6 years ago, it was not done correctly. Which we no longer but they had to remill some things, and the reason, I'm hoping that we get on those seals 7, 8 years or so. This particular one was not done correctly. They didn't do it the right way. This company is good. They put the ram up. They have a drift meter on it to see that everything was holding on their hydraulics, and everything passed and was in good shape. So I'm hoping now that truck is where it needs to be. It was roughly $2,000 for each ram. If you're looking at replacing or rechroming the ram, you're looking at $15,000 to $17,000. So hopefully this stopgap measure holds us, for some time now. So I'm hoping all of that has been taken care of. We had a leak in the bottom hydraulic tank. They repaired that. So as of right now, I'm not getting any hydraulic fluid in the floor, so that's a good thing. Just a little bit about this house fire. I want to thank the city police department. The cooperation we had on that particular call was outstanding. Even on scene, we had an issue with the individual. They did what they needed to do to clear the scene for us in that respect. I spent the next day with Jesse, going over things that we felt we needed to do, and basically spent almost all day with him, and we did call the DCI in, state fire marshals, and went from that point. But again, the cooperation with the police department, that's vital in our business, and it was excellent. Jesse's great to work with, all their whole department, so it was good to see that. And again, I think we're seeing more and more of this thing happening with the MCI events and with where we're at in our training, that again, the police and the fire are going hand in hand on a lot of these things, and it's vital that we do that. So that's gotten to be good, and again, I appreciate their help in what was there for us. So kudos to them and to their chief. And that's it.
Thank you.
Did you, when they replace that valve, you said, or that seal,
The seal, yes.
are they going to give you a break on the next seal on it, or because they put it in wrong?
They didn't put it in wrong. The
Oh.
company before, we were going to Shawano hydraulic specialist.
Okay.
That is not where the truck was fixed the last time. That was, in fact, I'll just say it at Red Power, where we
Red
had
Power,
everything
yeah.
else done. And it was not done correctly.
Okay,
And he wasn't trying to rip on anybody, because he didn't even know who did it. He just said, Kurt, this is what we saw and what we dealt with. And he said, this shouldn't have happened this soon.
So did they do sealed and wiper in it?
Yes.
They did, okay.
So,
Shawano Hydraulics fixed all the hydraulics years back on your bucket.
they did.
On the bucket.
They
That's
did.
where-
So I'm
That's
very.
where we took all
yeah,
them at the time.
I'm very
too.
satisfied with that company, so that's definitely where we'll be going. And they call me, they tell me what's going on, exactly what they're doing, they'll take me and show me what they're doing, and I appreciate that, so.
Okay.
Good company and
They
real
turn,
happy.
and
to
they
have
turn
the
around
service.
quick too, and you know it's a
Yeah.
fire truck.
He knows it's a fire truck, so I mean, they get on it. When I drove it in that day, he said, drive it right to the back, and they were, I mean, they really get at it.
oh, okay.
They had 3 trucks there between Bondwell and I forget where, Shawano truck. They get a lot of that. There's a lot of hydraulics on these trucks, but they really step up and get this stuff done.
The very fact that they know that that's a fire truck when it pulls in is a huge relief.
It is. So anyhow, we're back to full force here. I think things are in pretty darn good shape. So,
A quick comment on Red Power. That's all Red Power does is fire trucks.
Oh, gosh.
And their turnaround time was astronomical.
well, we went through that with our ladder truck, so you that were on the board are understanding of what we
Yes.
went through. And
Yes.
I think we're all upset about it, but it is what it is, so.
Okay.
Well, you're back in business,
Yeah.
so, good.
So good to go.
Great.
Thanks.
Marie Blazer,
Health and protection, discussion of possible action on operator's license for Ann Hendricks.
this is for the church festival, I believe, the Polka Mass,
The
the
Catholic
fall
one?
festival, yep.
Okay,
I'll make a motion that we approve the operator's license for Ann Hendricks.
I believe that's August 26th, Sunday, I'm pretty sure.
is that what it is?
I will second that motion.
We have to say,
Oh, I'm sorry, I'm sorry. We have a motion and a second, any further discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries.
I'm so used to me doing it.
I know.
Sorry. Discussion of possible action on the joint municipal court contract.
Have we discussed this at a city council meeting or just in committee? Okay, so,
I think just
I think it's a committee.
okay.
committee.
Thimble full of information, because that's all I have, is,
Yeah.
we have court right here in this room, and that's why we were held up, in fact, earlier today, because court takes place right here. We are adding some municipalities into that, correct? We've also determined, our judge has helped us to figure out that we were not always charging the correct fees, because we have to pay a fee to the state. And there was a disparity between what we were charging and what we can charge. So we are also changing our fees. Our attorney is gonna help us reword the contract and the documents so that in the future, if there's a change to the fees, we don't really have to do anything formal, it'll just kind of fall into place.
Because the original contract was 2011.
Right, I think I sent to the clerks the last one that we had,
Yeah.
so that was my last involvement.
So, that's that. So we're making a motion to,
I think we're gonna leave it lay
we're
right
gonna
now
leave it lay right now.
until we discuss it back in committee.
Mr. Roy.
Discussion of possible action approval of construction bills and pay requests, basically for the road construction. The bill total is $120,018 minus the 5% retention of $6,095, brings up the total of $114,018. Would be the public works portion of that bill.
We get a bill every month for the road construction project. 5% of that is retained, and it is not paid out right now. So we are approving this amended amount, which is 95% of what the bill is. So this bill is shared, and you'll learn this, is shared between the Public Works Department and the water and the sewer, which are two things. So three things for this bill.
So the public works portion of that bill is $114,018. Like I said, looking for a motion to approve that.
Also move that we approve the $114,018.
I'll second it.
Motion made by Irene, seconded by Marie Blazer. Any further discussion? Roll call vote. Sandy?
Aye.
Nanette?
Aye.
Marie?
Aye.
Josh?
Aye.
Matt?
Aye.
Irene?
Aye.
Motion carries.
Discussion of possible action on curb repair on East Main Street. We have a bunch of broken curb lines around on Main Street there. We want to repair those. I think, who was the guy that you had?
Steve Fisher.
Steve Fisher. He was going to come in and fix that for us for a total of $5,400. Is that correct?
Correct.
$5,400, but right now we have a budget of only $3,900 allowed for the curb repair. So as a committee, we decided that we can go ahead and approve $3,900 of what we have remaining for this year, and then the remaining $1,500 would be on our budget for next year, 2019. So the total would be $5,400.
He will invoice us the $1,500 after the first of the year. I did talk to Steve, and he has no problem with that.
Thank you.
So if you take a wander down Main Street, you'll see some sections of curbs that kind of looks like a bowl where it's crumbled over time. So to have them come out here, as they said, it's $5,400. They reform it, they pin it, it'll last a little while. And the committee has thought that we might as well just have him do it all. He's willing to invoice us for that small remaining balance after the first of the year when we go through our budget process. So rather than incur additional expense of having him come back next year, we'll proceed. So that is where we're at with that. And Shane or Matt, what's the timeline on that?
He probably will start on it next week or the week after. I had to wait till tonight.
Great.
I told him I'd call him Friday after the meeting.
Okay, excellent. Do we have a motion? Someone want to make a motion?
We need a motion.
I will make that motion to approve Steve Fisher, or Fisher Concrete, with a cost of $5,400. $3,900 will be paid out of the 2018 budget, and $1,500 will be invoiced after the first of the year out of 2019 to repair the curbs in the first and second 100 block of East Main.
Yes.
East Main.
And then I'll second that.
Motion made by Nanette, seconded by Irene. Any further discussion? Roll call vote. Sandy?
Aye.
Nanette?
Aye.
Marie?
Aye.
Josh?
Aye.
Matt?
Aye.
Irene?
Aye.
Motion carries.
Discussion of possible action in purchasing R2 unit for the GIS. Shane, you want to go ahead and explain what an R2 unit is?
R2 unit is, we got the GSI now to locate all the storm sewers. Ron's doing it too with all the water shut-offs and that. And it comes off the satellite. With the iPad, you're within 16 feet. This will put you within 2 inches. So in the winter, when we got water main breaks, you can take that iPad, go up there, boom, it's there when you're digging for stuff in the snowbanks. And that cost would be split for that between the two departments.
Right. We already purchased the iPad itself. The total cost between the utility and the public works would not exceed $7,000. So we would split that between the two departments, and it would not exceed our department of $3,500 for this unit. So I guess I'm asking for a motion to approve the $3,500 for public works to purchase half of the R2 unit for the GIS.
And so this fancy witching unit will find anything that's in the ground, right? Gas lines, storm
Nope.
lines, water lines?
Not in grind, it creates a point, a position.
Okay.
that
If
That
we
put
find
in-
it,
That we put in.
we put
But
it
you
on
can put in
there.
anything,
Yep.
any type of
Street
lateral of
signs,
any kind.
street
Metal,
signs.
it don't have to be metal.
No, lateral,
Oh,
you know, anything in the ground that is a
if we know
utility.
it's, if we think it's here and we put it there, that's where it's gonna tell us where we put it.
Okay. We have a motion? Purchase this unit?
I'll make a motion that we purchase the R2 unit not to exceed $3,500 for public works.
I will second that motion.
We have a motion by Irene, seconded by Nanette. Any further discussion? Roll call vote, Sandy,
Aye.
Nanette,
Aye.
Marie,
Aye.
Josh,
Aye.
Matt,
Aye.
Irene.
Aye.
Motion carries. And we move along to utility.
Okay,
Can I-
discussion.
Can I say what's going on in Public Works?
Oh, I'm sorry, please.
Seal coaters will be coming in next week, so you'll be seeing Scott trucks in town. They gotta be in here and have our job done by next Wednesday, I think it is. Cause we put a date on the contract so they get it done, so they don't come in too late in the year. And we don't have time for traffic on it before it gets cold. The seal coaters will be coming in. We've been patching roads, getting ready for that, plus other potholes through town we've been taking care of. We've been working on the not just Zippo, we've been on Zippo a little bit more, but all the parts, getting ready for the fair, getting our stuff fixed up, so when the fair comes in, nothing's broke, so we don't have a problem there. And road construction's moving along pretty good. They're working on road base now here down here by Honey Park. They will have it 2 grade with gravel by the fair between Washington Street and Railroad, for sure, for the fair. So it'll be easy access for the campground and for all the fair. Bringing cattle in to all the barns there, driveways, they won't be going through no mud, it'll be the road base, the gravel. They were putting breaker down today, and they were starting to put the recycled asphalt down today, so.
Shane, are they going to bring that up so that the manholes and
No,
stuff?
manholes will probably be sticking, there's only a couple there, there'll be barricades on them.
Okay.
It'll be very easy for them to get into where they gotta get.
All right, we'll go on to utility.
Okay, discussion and possible action on approval of construction bill and pay request. The water department, the request was for $51,962.94. And the sewer part was $2,824.09.
Same church, different pew as the last
Yep.
one. Why is the sewer so much less, just out of
I don't
morbid
know.
curiosity?
Because they don't have as much sewer laid
Okay.
as they
Oh,
do water.
okay. All right,
Next page.
okay.
You'll see that on the next one. Richard.
I'll put a motion in to approve the construction bill compared to this for
It'll be more than water next
utility.
month.
I'll second it.
Motion made by Matt, seconded by Marie. Any further discussion? Roll call vote, Sandy, Nanette,
Aye.
Marie,
Aye.
Josh,
Aye.
Matt,
Aye.
Irene.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Okay, discussion and possible action on purchasing the R2 unit for GIS. And our half is not to exceed $3,500.
We have a motion.
I'll put a motion to accept the purchase of R2 unit for utility, their half of, does not exceed $3,500.
I'll second.
Motion made by Matt, seconded by Sandy. Any further discussion? Roll call vote, Sandy,
Aye.
Nanette,
Aye.
Marie,
Aye.
Josh,
Aye.
Matt,
Aye.
Irene.
Aye.
Motion carries. All these roll call votes mean we're spending a ton of money tonight, so.
And we're still looking for D2 to go with the R2. Ron, do you have anything?
Yes.
Luke Skywalker.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
Yeah, look. That's Leah.
Just to give an update on the water sewer side of the construction project, they are about 20 feet short of reaching the intersection on the water side, and are about 35 feet short of reaching the sewer to the intersection on Main Street, the sewer side. So, the water line was charged up to, I think about where, John Baumgartner lives, for a bad T sample, to make sure it clears for bad T. Then they're gonna run a pressure test on to make sure the line doesn't have a leak in it. It holds pressure, and if everything works out good there, maybe by next week we'll have this section back on normal water instead of the temporary water lines are out. So, starting Monday, they will be closing the intersection of Main Street down, probably 4 ways on it, just that intersection for about a week. Kim, can we get that put on the city website?
Yep.
Just so the public knows about it? And, because they have to put a lot of spaghetti in that intersection between water, storm, sewer, everything, they gotta get everything all crisscrossed in there, so that's gonna take them a while to do that. Other than that, we've been really busy in the utility. Gas company is up on Birch Street, they're working on Birch Street right now, trying to get all the gas laid ahead of time, get all that done. I am working on the thing that I had talked about for having the community come in and get it set up that they can tour the pump houses and the wastewater plant for a week, kind of so the community knows where the water's coming from, where the sewer goes, so they can kind of see these plants. I'm still working on that. I'm actually working with working with Serenity Gardens. I talked to, I think it's Pat, right?
Yep.
Yeah, talked to his wife, and that if they wanted to, that they could bring the residents there to the pump house at any time to, so they can kind of see where things going, because they do a very good job over there, and they're looking at things they can do for the residents there that, kind of give them some interest and get them out and about, so. Kind of working on that a little bit, but I'll try to bring most of that back to committee and, just to make sure that we're all good, that we can do all that stuff, so. That's about where we stand with that with utility. Just see, I got an email tonight from the DNR. They're gonna pop in sometime for a surprise sanitary survey. I don't know why they call it a sanitary survey, because it involves all water. That's what they call it. They do inspections on all our stations. They do inspections on our records. Basically, it's like an audit on the water side. They do the operator certificates and things like that. So that's gonna be coming up. I don't know what day it's gonna be. They call you in the morning and say, oh, by the way, we're stopping by. So, I'm not sure how that's gonna go. We'll find out.
You'll do fine, Ron.
You'll do great.
Yes.
So,
Quick question for Ron.
Yeah.
What are the current implications for fire hydrants in that area that they're working on right now?
right now, the only hydrant, I was gonna call Kurt on that, the only hydrant that is gonna be out of service is the one on the corner by, where Iron Horse has got his new building.
Yep.
That one is the only one that's not working right now, other than the one down here, cause I had to repair it, but they came back and took my wrench, so I can't put it back together. As of right now, that is gonna be the only hydrant out. This one down here on the corner of Washington will be charged.
Okay.
So you should have super adequate flow out of that one.
All right.
So as of right now, it's just gonna be that one over there, and as we progress down, and I will let you know that, because that hydrant is actually,
Getting moved.
it's gonna get moved, so it's just gonna go down the road a little farther, so. As of right now, that is the only hydrant that is non-working.
Cool. Is it bagged or, is there something over it we know?
There is a bag on this one, but the bag will come off when it's ready, which
Okay.
should be, I'm hoping by today or next week, really early.
Okay.
And the one over there.
They got a cone over, but.
They-
Okay.
but that
As long as there's
doesn't-
something, just let me
Yeah,
know.
it's over that you can't see it, but everything else is open, so
All right.
that's it.
That's it. And we have finance and personnel, Nanette.
I thank you for enough for me tonight already, right?
Okay.
Thank you.
You're
Thank you
welcome.
for your patience, everyone.
Park and Cemetery Committee, Sandy.
Okay, discussion and possible action on use of all bleachers in park system for O'Connell County Fair from Saturday, August 11th through the conclusion. Now, my question is, and we talked about this at committee, Shane said, and how many years has this been going on that you switched the bleachers from?
Ever since we bought them, whenever since the year the sports complex was
And there were
built.
never any
Never no issues, the fair
Okay.
board
So
closed
then
it.
why, I can see where maybe it should go to committee, but I don't think it should go to council. And or maybe not even committee either. You're the one that has to make the judgment call. You know what the problems are. I don't know what, if it should, but I
It's
just
the way
don't
it's
think
always been, so that's
right.
why we always make sure I take the committee, cause they're using city property.
Correct, and I
Okay.
think that was.
And is that the
behind
reason?
it.
Okay.
They're,
And
they're
that's
using
fine.
city property, not for city function.
Correct.
And that's fine. Okay.
So,
So, do we need a motion on that then?
I'll make a motion that we approve, the Oconto County Youth Fair to use all the bleachers in our park system.
I will second that motion.
Motion made by Irene, seconded by Nanette. Any further discussion? No money, all those in favor?
Aye.
Those opposed? Motion carries. Planning Committee report. Josh, you have 7 seconds.
Okay, I have nothing to report.
Got it done in 3.
Our clerk treasurer's report.
I do have a couple things. Chelsea and I attended the UWGB Clerk Treasurer Institute the 3rd week of July. Chelsea graduated from her clerk portion of it. She'll go on 1 more year for her treasurer complete. I finished my 2nd year. And I have clerk conference coming up the end of this month and received a scholarship to pay for the full thing.
Great. Nice. Good.
That's it. Thanks.
Thank you, Kim, our attorney.
I have nothing new.
Okay. And mayor's report. I will be going to some kind of a training on August 16th and 17th.
Yeah,
League municipalities stuff, more to follow. I just want to take a minute. I had a couple things I was going to say. I'm not going to say much. I just want to take a moment to speak about my position here as mayor. You know, I've assumed this role, and it's become very clear to me that I'm assuming it and approaching it in a very different way than other mayors have. And that has created, you know, a dynamic in the city hall that we're gonna ever try to improve. A very wise person once told me that anytime you're in a negotiation and you leave the table, everybody should feel a little bit uncomfortable about what was given and what was taken. And tonight we had a bruising meeting. A lot of things were discussed, a lot of challenges were made, and I think a lot of challenges, I hope a lot of challenges were overcome. So if I could express anything to the city council and to the city department heads and to the folks that live here in the city and work here, is that I really want to work with everybody. I'm really not trying to step on anybody's toes. I'm really just trying to figure out how to serve you as employees the best way, how to serve you as taxpayers the best way, and also serve myself the best way, because I am employed, as many of us are, and I have so much time that I can commit to this position, and I want it to be good time that can be used to move the city forward. So for some of the discomfort that I've caused, that was not my intention. It happens sometimes, but it's really never been my intention to cause that. So after these meetings tonight and the come to Jesus that we had, I hope that when we leave here and we come back through these doors the next time, that we can kind of approach things on that vein and that note that it's for the betterment of the city. And that's all I have to say. I thank everybody for your patience this evening. I thank everybody who participated in a conversation that wasn't always great, but I hope we made a lot of progress, and I thank everybody for their time. And if there's nothing further, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
Also move.
And do we have a second?
I second.
And we're all in favor?
Aye.
All right. Thank you.
You are welcome. You sure you don't want to?